Angela Merkel is facing intense calls to scrap a gas pipeline deal with Russia that is reportedly 94% complete amid the Alexei Navalny poisoning controversy, but the German Chancellor is very unlikely to cancel the project. Germany has said there is unequivocal proof that Russian opposition politician Alexei Navalny was poisoned with a Novichok nerve agent. Chancellor Angela Merkel said Mr. Navalny was a victim of attempted murder and that the world would now look to Russia for answers. A staunch critic of Vladimir Putin, Mr. Navalny was flown to Berlin last month after falling ill on a flight to Siberia. His team claims he was poisoned on Putin's orders. The Kremlin has now called on Germany for a full exchange of information. As Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova complained, the Novichok allegations were not backed up by evidence, as she asked, "Where are the facts, where are the formulas, at least some kind of information?" Tensions could now sour between Germany and Russia, not least with much of the world stage claiming the incident proves Mrs. Merkel should terminate a multi-billion-pound pipeline deal with Putin, known as Nord Stream 2. The U.S. was already attempting to keep the pipeline on ice, with President Donald Trump having threatened Germany and other European nations who support the pipeline with strict sanctions should it go ahead. Nord Stream 2 is thought to be around 94% completed. But despite the criticism, many have now noted that Mrs. Merkel is left with little choice but to continue with the project or face hugely negative economic consequences. The project in its entirety will total to €9.5 billion, £8.4 billion. Moscow's state-owned Gazprom is the project's sole shareholder and has committed to providing up to 50% of the project's financing, with the remaining funds coming from German, Dutch, French and Austrian firms. Now, many German politicians and diplomats have said that a direct and European response to Mr. Navalny's poisoning, that includes Nord Stream 2, must be taken. Norbert Röttgen, head of Germany's Parliamentary Foreign Affairs Committee, told a German radio station on Thursday morning, "We must pursue hard politics, we must respond with the only language Putin understands, that is gas sales." Despite this, Mrs. Merkel appears to be resisting calls to scrap the pipeline. Last week, she said Germany has a duty to get to the bottom of Mr. Navalny's poisoning but should not link the case to Nord Stream 2.